Hello, my name is Jim, and this is your Daily Brogue for the 24th of November, 2021. So, bad work yesterday, or for the last one, not yesterday for me. I'd started talking once again about people who seem to enjoy comparing, requiring an ID to vote, proving who you say you are to vote, to be the new Jim Crow. I mean, this is tendentious, this is histrionic, right? So let me see, I think I have something here. I felt like I needed to be here. It's a history-making event that is so necessary right now, said Brenda Hanson, 75, of Austin. I'm a descendant of slavery, and I am not interested in moving back. I want to see this country go forward. I have lived well over 3/4 of a century, and I have never seen us go backwards like this before. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Texas already required people to have an ID to vote. It's not backwards, and it's necessary. We talked about why it's necessary, especially now with the distrust, right? Sort of distrust that we currently have basically requires more safeguards, not less. And so you just, you really have to put up with that. I mean, we need more safeguards because people don't trust the results of the elections, and that's not going to go away unless you find some way to improve the results of the elections, to make them more, how should I say, reasonable. The Republicans say secure, but I mean, that's sort of the problem here, is that in some ways that rhetoric itself has made it necessary to do this, but it is necessary, right? It doesn't matter once people don't trust elections, once people don't trust the results of elections. You have to be more careful with how you conduct them. Oh, crap. This is not what I intended. You lost them, and it doesn't matter why you lost them. And, we've discussed a couple of the reasons why. I mean, the people who are at the most psychologically disadvantaged, based on whatever reason, in the elections are Republicans, and that's simply simply because of the way that the election returns show up, right? The election returns tend to show up with the more Republican counties, let's say, reporting first, and the more Democratic counties reporting later. This is going to automatically create some problems, right? Because it's going to look like something nefarious. Whether it's nefarious or not, it looks that way, right? It looks nefarious because if you had somebody who was sort of recounting on purpose, this is exactly what you'd see, right? If people were changing votes or manipulating them some other way, making new ones later on, exactly what you'd see is every time the every time it looked like they were going to lose, somebody would create more votes by hand, basically, by changing things. And without proper safeguards, how can you assure people that that didn't happen? That's exactly what we did not have, right, is proper safeguards. We did not have people who seemed at all worried about making sure that nobody was doing anything nefarious. And now they're talking about doing other things that would have similar problems, right? So we just have to worry a little bit about that, right? Just a little bit, not a whole lot. And so reasonable action to prevent occurrences that seem to be, or could seem to be, And the histrionics don't help, right? The histrionics saying things that are plainly untrue, right? I mean, they just don't help at all. It's not a... surprise there. There we go. Turns out that if you want to convince somebody well, actually, that's not really true. Convincing somebody it's possible that they are quite astute. Convincing people often involves moralistic concerns. Not moral concerns. This is not a moral thing, it's moralistic. So it's pretending to be moral. Which is a slightly different thing. But these moralistic concerns, it's definitely immoral because they're spreading lies, right? So, I mean, we're at that point, so they're trying to get something by lying about it. So, in fact, these actors are purposefully manipulating what they say in order to get people to believe something that they probably shouldn't. Really not ready for those yet. Got done with the first couple of vampire bats, but you know, it's all random. Couldn't get through the second.